The elderly, or as we call in our country, our lolos and lolas, had been one of the most important persons, not only in our life but in the world that we live in. They pioneered the things that are passed down to us and to the generations to come. But as time goes by, they often cannot do things that they can do before. One of which is taking care of themselves. There are some family that is taking the responsibility to provide for their essential need, but some can't, and the elderly are brought to some facilities that provide the care for the elderly. In this video, we will dive deeper in one of the pioneered home for the aged here in San Fernando, Pampanga, who willingly gives compassionate attention for our lolos and lolas.
Mother Teresa once stated, "It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving." A home called Bahay Pag Ibig. About 5 kilometers away from the busy street of Angeles City is a house called Bahay PAGIBIG, located in Holy Angel Village, Talabastagan, City of San Fernando, Pampanga. Bahay Pag Ibig is a home for elderlies, both old men and women, abandoned by their own families or left homeless by their former employees. Bahay Pag Ibig is the result of the mission of the local church of San Fernando, Pampanga to the poor, sick, and abandoned. The Archbishop of the Archdiocese of San Fernando, and through the initiative of Reverend Father Florentino, also known as Boyet Concepcion from Bustos, Bulacan, who for God's greater glory and through the steadfast prayers responded to God's call to care for the poor and be with the poor.
Father Boyet, after establishing Emmaus House, instituted Bahay Pag Ibig on June 16, 1988, Feast of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, at an old rented house of the Francisco Nepomuceno family in Angeles City. It was operated through voluntary contributions and volunteer workers. Later, it was transferred to a bigger location at Holy Angel Village, Talabastagan, San Fernando, Pampanga, which was donated by the heirs of Don Juan Nepomuceno. Bahay Pag Ibig, non-profit, non-government, and political institution, is headed by a board of trustees as policy-making body and subject to the authority granted to the board by the Roman Catholic Archbishop of San Fernando, Pampanga. Today, Bahay Pag Ibig continues to fulfill its missions and operate through the help of its staff and volunteer workers, its programs and services with the support and encouragement of concerned individuals who can help out of love and for the greater glory of God.
Bahay Pag-ibig mission is to provide a homely atmosphere for the residents where they will be cared for through concrete act of kindness, hope, and love, which is holistic in approach, physical, psychological, emotional, and spiritual. Bahay Pag-ibig, a home for the aged where they could live with dignity and find companionship, friendship, and love.
Such different programs and services offered by the institution. To start it off, they offer social services. It refers to the examination of the family background and other social personal condition of the patient, which can aid the house for body information about the patient. As well as dietary services, wherein the institution looks after the appropriate nutritional needs of the patient. In addition, they also provide home life services, which caters to the immediate physical needs, feeding, bath, and other personal care. Home life experiences such as TV viewing, relaxation, praying together, eating together, and other daily activities. Plus, religious services. Attend to spiritual needs through Holy Mass, devotion, and other participated in those who are capable, habit, and the like. And last but not the least, the medical services, which gives proper medication and treatment and checkup. Now that we know the historical background, mission, vision, and services offered by the Bahay Pag-ibig, it's now time to interview a social worker who works there to give us a deeper insight on what Bahay Pag-ibig really is.
Tata. Okay, good afternoon. I am Marian Makatantan, 62 years old, a social worker of Bahay PAGIBIG.
Why did you choose Bahay Pag-ibig as your field of work?
Okay, I did not choose Bahay PAGIBIG as my field of work. When the first time that I became a social worker, Bahay PAGIBIG is not the place where I first worked. But then, maybe due to need of Bahay Pag-ibig of a social worker, that's the reason why I am here at Bahay PAGIBIG. Because Bahay PAGIBIG will not be in operation without a licensed social worker.
What are the challenges in coping with the elderly?
Oh, there are many challenges in coping with the elderly. Of course, all the elderlies here have their main reason to stay. They have their own needs, so they have different needs. So we have different solutions to solve their problem. The challenges is how can a social worker at the same time with a work team like the nurse, like the caregiver, because a social worker cannot be a good social worker without a teamwork. The social worker will just facilitate to cope up problems with the need of the team to help the elderly.
What aspires or pushes you in choosing to work for the elderly?
To work for the elderly, I did not choose elderly, but in fact, my line is children, especially those abused children and women. That was my field of expertise or field of experience. But then, Bahay PAGIBIG needs a social worker, and at that time, when I was called to work in NGO, we have Munting Tahanan ng Nazareth, we have Indilumayan also, and Bahay PAGIBIG. And at that time, Bahay PAGIBIG has the big number more clients, so I was called to work in Bahay PAGIBIG.
What are the opportunities in your work?
Opportunities in your work, you can work, being a social worker, you can work in any agency. You can work in the hospital, you can be a teacher, you can work elsewhere because the social work profession is needed by most agencies or organizations.
Do you enjoy and cherish every detail of your job?
Oh yes, of course. Yes, you enjoy. Because if you don't enjoy what you are doing, you don't have fulfillment. Okay? Just like what if you read that. If you love your work, you don't feel that you are working. See, that's my philosophy as a social worker in Bahay PAG.
What do you usually do to prepare a day for work?
A day for work is in Bahay PAGIBIG. It's a sort of structured activity. First hour in the morning, of course, because the program that we give is home life services. Okay, home life services, of course, is their basic needs. So first thing in the morning is to give them food. Okay. So as early as 6 o'clock, being a social worker, I have to be in the kitchen to see to it what is the prepared food for the lolos and the lolas. And I should be the one also helping them prepare the breakfast, while also supervising, monitoring how the caregiver give personal hygiene to the lolos and the lolas. So I have to see how they bathe them, how they brush their teeth. So as a social worker, you have to see all of those, because number one that we enhance to the elderly is personal hygiene.
Is it beneficial to work with such charities or an orphanage?
Oh yes, it's beneficial because of what we call it. Anyway, you cannot benefit from it if you don't have that commitment, that love, that care for the unloved person, like the lolos and the lolas. It is beneficial because you have always, at the end of the day, you are fulfilled because you are able to do, you are able to give what they wanted. And if, like for example, if they're sick, then we have to take them to the hospital. So it's fulfillment because we are addressing their health needs. But it's a challenge, it's a problem when Lolo and the Lolo can no longer survive. So that's the problem with it. It's hard for us to accept that a Lolo will just go. It's a pity on their side because they are abandoned. Nakakaawa sila, namamatay sila na hindi alam ng kanilang mahal sa buhay. So we are the family in Bahay PAGIBIG. We are their immediate family. And whoever Lolo and Lola who is in that situation, we take him as a member of the family.
Does it take all of your effort and energy in working?
Oh, once you are in Bahay PAGIBIG 5 days a week, so you have to give your 100% time for them.
Always.
Always.
What are the necessary tasks to begin a day?
Necessary task, just as I said a while ago, is to supervise how home life services is being implemented. You have to see to it that they have the food, they're being clothed, and their dormitories are clean. It is being assured every day. That is the first thing for us to do.
What is the greatest responsibility with the elderly and the organization you are coping
Okay, the greatest responsibility of the elderly, of course, not to abuse them, because we are, as an organization wherein the welfare of the elderly is being enhanced, we have to implement the Republic Act 9994, that is elderly abuse. So that's the reason why there is a social worker to see to it that not anyone is being abused verbally, physically, psychologically.
the different cases or problems in your institution manages?
Okay. They have different behavior because, of course, we believe that no individual are alike. They have always individual differences. And you mean the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah. It creates problem. Just like a while ago, two lolas had a quarrel, and these two lolas are the same have the behavioral problem. So what do you expect from them? They are so impatient. Okay, but then as a social worker, as you intervene with it, you have to be diplomat. You have to be patient to talk to them. Lola, ikaw ang parehas kayong may sakit. Parehas kayong nangangailangan. Parehas kayong nangangailangan ng pagmamahal. Mahal din namin kayo. Okay? Kaya mag-uusap tayo. Ikaw, Lola, yung nakakaintindi, so ikaw yung kakausapin ko.
What are the success that you enjoy now in your work?
Success that we enjoy in our work is to make the lolo and the lolas happy, have contentment as they go in their journey, in their life here in Bahay PAGIBIG. Although they are undergoing frustrations, may mga pinagdadaanan sila, it's hard for them to accept that they are here in Bahay PAGIBIG in spite of the good services that they enjoy. They could not just fully have this 100% contentment and enjoyment. They always think of their loved ones out there who abandoned them, who neglected them.
Have you encountered like one lola or lolo got out?
Yes, many times.
How do you manage to
We have
get in touch?
we have to locate them. That is the greatest failure, okay, of an institution, of a social worker, of a staff in a welfare agency if one escape, because we are responsible of their welfare and protection and safety outside. And once an elderly is being admitted by PAGIBIG, 100%, it's your responsibility for them to give their safety, and yet they can escape. So that means negligence. So it's a responsibility to look for them.
Are there cases like families bringing elderlies
Here during like what?
They're the ones
Surrendering them?
Yes.
During the past, but now no, because we don't admit with family yet. Only those without, only those who are in the category of abandoned.
How do you identify if they're abandoned?
Okay, it's the work of through the SWD, because we don't admit, we don't accept a lolo or lola without the assessment or evaluation and recommendation of the SWD.
So it's a partnership.
Yes.
Collaboration
Yes.
with the SW
Yes.
and different NGOs.
Yes. It must be a social worker, a registered social worker, who would determine whether a lolo or lola is eligible for placement like in Bahay.
What can you advise to aspiring social
Social
workers?
workers.
Or what advice can you give students or people who
Okay, I encourage In fact, we lack social workers. We lack so much social workers, and I should encourage as a senior citizen, okay, social worker. You see, I'm a senior citizen. I'm still working because there's a demand, there's a need, and here are the people who needs the intervention of a social worker. So, if you are a student and you are makatao, makamasa, or makajos, then think of it of giving your services to humankind, like the abused children or abused women or the elderly. Because as a social worker, you can work anywhere. Sabihin ko sa inyo, kahit saan kayo magpunta, nangangailangan ng social worker. Because social worker is after enhancement of social functioning. Diba? Your role performance. Pag hindi ka nakakapag-perform, kahit kayo, even you reflect yourself. If you are not able to do what you are ought to do, then there's something in you. You're not performing normally. Ang normal na tao is functioning normally. Okay? Social work is applicable in any work to any person, even to yourself.
Thank you po.
Thank you po for allowing us.
Okay,
interview
welcome.
for